One of the big differences with Ellen Engineering, we may not do the Nickies plating, we may not do the honing, but quality control is one of the most important things that we do here. When a cylinder comes back from the platers, they go through a multi-step process where we measure the bores for ovality, concentricity, taper, and also we measure the surface finish using a profilometer to ensure that you have the proper roughness average. And the factors we look at are RK, RVK, and RPK. The RVK being the valleys, RPK being the peaks. And our cylinders are plateau honed, and what plateau honing is, you're knocking the peaks off. And that basically reduces the amount of time for break-in. And since Nickies is such a hard surface, you want it to be prepared almost to running condition. The rings will do the last bit of break-in as they seat with the Nickies. It's not like a cast iron cylinder that typically you have a much rougher surface finish, and then the rings and bores mate to each other. The surface finish on a Nickies cylinder after break-in really doesn't change. So it's really important to have everything absolutely right before assembly. So what we're gonna do next, Billy's gonna go through the process and show you step by step what every single cylinder gets done to it after we get it back from plating. And finally, they get packaged up in special packaging to make sure you get the cylinders in optimal condition, safely in transit, and that the rest is left up to you, which is the next most important part, is cleaning your cylinders before assembly. I recommend that you read the instructions we supply and also hop on our YouTube channel, because we also have videos that go over how to properly clean the cylinders, how to assemble them, how to lubricate them, all those important steps that if you miss one step, it's the difference between success and failure with your engine rebuild.
Hello, I am William Klimczak, and I am one of the leads on the quality control for Ellen Engineering. What we have here today is a size 102/91 cylinder. So using the blueprint, I'm going to get the dimensions of the top, which is this here, the bottom skirt, and the deck heights. From here, we're going to need to calibrate a few of the tools that I'm going to be using. I'll start with the profilometer. So from here, I'm going to take our first cylinder, and I need to do a surface inspection. So I'm going to check this inner ring right here, looking for any chips or breaks, and the same with the bottom skirt. Next, I have to look inside at the bore. For Porsches specifically, we have a 15-degree angle cut in the bore. So I have to make sure these angles are consistent from the top all the way down to the bottom. And there is no pitting or tinseling, which would be holes in the surface or heavy drag marks from the honing process. This looks excellent, so we can go ahead and put this in the profilometer. I use this to check the surface of the bore. These spaces that the oil flow through are very important, so now that that's set there, I can start the measurement process. We do have set specifications that I'm looking for, and everything here shows that it's okay. It can fall out of value, but as you can tell with these numbers, everything's looking great. So once this profilometer is done running, I will take the cylinder out, and we're going to start doing some measurements. So looking at the blueprint, I know what specifications I'm looking for, and I'm going to use the micrometer to first check this top diameter of the cylinder. Excellent. And this is right within range of what I was looking. Just that little bit under, so it's within my tolerance range. And we're going to move on to the dimensions of the bottom skirt. And this is something I'm going to be doing on all 4 of them. Just going to run through this first one for you. And 3.717, right on for what we're looking for. So again, I'm going to record this information down. Now we're going to check the deck height, which is this surface here. This is very important that the deck heights match with the cylinder sets. This is one of the most important dimensions I have to look out for, and they have to be the same with all of them. I have a half thou of tolerance in either direction, plus or minus. And this is coming in just under that, so that's excellent, 3.9761. I will record that. So next, we will have to set up the bore gauge. For this specific size, I know I need to set it to 3.5826, so I'm gonna bring you guys over here. So I'm going to calibrate this bore gauge using its calibration tool. This calibration is very important. This tool is very precise, and it is going to be showing how round the bores are from top to bottom, because we need good consistency. So I'm going to bring you guys back over here to my cylinder. So using this bore gauge, I will be checking the bore in 6 different spots. I will stay here and check it in 3 levels, and then I will rotate it 90 degrees and check it again on those same 3 levels. Using the bore gauge, it's going to show us within specification how close the bore is to the requested final hone size. So when I'm taking these measurements, we're looking for them to be no more than half a thou over or under the requested measurements. This cylinder in specific is definitely within that range, so this would definitely be passing my quality control test. Now I'm going to go on and repeat that same process with all 4 cylinders, and once that's complete, we can move on to boxing the cylinders. Now that we have finished our quality control numbers, it's time to box these cylinders. I'm going to give all this information to my general manager, just in case anything comes up with an issue in the future. We'll always have this information to look back on in case the customer needs it or anything occurs. This next bit is very important. Once they're inside the box and I cover them, I'm going to put this LN air-cooled engine Nickies cylinders packet in here. This is very important. This is not something that is to be thrown away. It has every bit of information you will need in many different areas of questions, frequently asked questions. All of this was written directly by Charles, so you're getting your information directly from the source. Very important. Do not throw this away. And what we have here is a set of 10291 Nickies cylinders, boxed up and ready to go.